Hey guys, Kelade here. Welcome to my Mythic King Rastakhan kill/commentary video. For this fight, we are just going to be charging and using off our cooldowns. Unfortunately, I don't walk far enough here for an immediately charge, so I wasted a couple seconds doing that. Not the cleanest opener, but you guys get the idea. A very similar opener to what I did on Mythic Janet, actually. Just, AoE the ads as fast as you can with all of your cooldowns. Great. And then, of course, when Rastakhan comes out, you do want to have Rastakhan there for a little bit, because even though Rastakhan himself doesn't take damage on this fight, any damage that you do to him does get split amongst the ads. So you still do want to be AoEing, everything together here. But of course, you want to be prioritizing killing the ads, because killing the ads is what makes you phase into the next part of the fight. So right here, just, cleaving them down as much as I can. Basically, in this first phase, you do want to use 2 siege breakers, by the way. Because then that way, right when the next phase happens, you can have siege breaker up for both Rastakhan and the Totem. As far as for talents on this fight, I am using Endless Rage, Double Time, Sudden Death, Warpaint, Carnage, Dragon Roar, and Siege Breaker. Just a typical, Fury single target talents, nothing too special there. I did use my second Siege Breaker on this fight a little bit later than I usually do, but normally it's up right now. But you do want to hold it for the Totem, because it comes up basically, 3 to 4 seconds after you phase into this, phase. So definitely hold it. That way you can cleave it down with the boss, right? You are able to hit both the Totem and the boss with your Whirlwind Cleave, so definitely take advantage of that. There's going to be some other stuff in the fight that doesn't really happen for me, but if you have Death's Door, the way that our guild is placing the first few on the right of my screen, where basically my details was covering, on the door right there with the 4 markers, that's where we're going to be dropping the 4 Death's Door in the beginning. So your raid might choose to put it there, but I think a lot of guilds put it right there, so you can see the guy dropping off right there. The only other thing you have to really worry about as melee is right here, Plague of Fire. So I pre-spread here. Unfortunately, there was a rogue out there, but just take it out. Make sure nobody else gets it. Don't spread around the raid. Come back, AoE the zombie dust totem, and you're good to go. As far as for melee is concerned, and then the Plague of Toads, just don't stand on them as they go out. You can, of course, have somebody with an immunity soak up all of the toads, so that way they don't keep going out in a line. So rogues can do it, right? Hunters can do it with deterrence and stuff like that. Yeah, don't do what all this melee just did right here, where if you have the fire on you, don't use a dash ability, because you just screw up everybody else, right? If you're gonna hit one person, you hit one person, but if you use a dash ability and you get 4, that's gonna be a long chain of fire, unfortunately. So just watch out for that. And you do want to pre-spread. So right here, Plague of Fire is coming out in 1 second, right? Walk out a little bit, make sure I don't get it. Great, go back in and hit the boss, right? If every melee in your group does that, it will be very, very easy for melee to do this boss. Now, because of that, it does make the boss a little bit melee unfriendly, because range DPS, they can just stand in a set spot and they don't have to worry about it at all, right? As long as they're not next to anybody, where even if they get a debuff, they'll spread it. Makes it super easy. So right here, boss, 60% transition to phase 2, or sorry, phase 3, right? Where half the raid gets put downstairs. We just send all of our range downstairs, keep all of our melee upstairs. If you're hoping to see a melee perspective that's downstairs, unfortunately, that's not going to happen. If you are melee, you definitely want to try to stay upstairs, because downstairs is a pretty bad time for melee DPS. So you don't want to do that if you don't have to. So right here, you're just kind of cleaving down the Phantom and the boss as much as you can. You don't want to kill the Phantom until people are done with downstairs. So right now, we had the call initially to just focus the ad, because you do want to kill it, right? You just don't want to kill it too early. There's a timed period of how fast you want to kill these ads, because if you kill these ads, they're just going to be alive downstairs, and that's going to be a problem for them. But if you wait until they're done downstairs, you kill the ads, they go down there, it doesn't matter, there's nobody else down there, right? So it's kind of you want to kill them at the right time. I think unless you have some crazy top floor DPS, don't worry about it too much. And then eventually, those ads are gonna all become immune to CC after a minute being CC, so they're all both gonna come out too. I think that one actually got broken. I think it could have been CC a little bit longer. The one I'm hitting right now, the Phantom Retribution. But no big deal. Just AoE down with the boss. So unfortunately, right there, that fire, we were all kind of together, and then that guy used a gap closer and put it on me, right? So don't use gap closers if you don't have to, because it's only gonna make the fire spreading worse. All right, so right here, just keep AoEing DPS. Right here, there's the toads. The toads do hop, so if you try to stand between them, you could not get hit. Unfortunately, I get one there. But so if you ever do have the toad on you, either use your health pots or defensive cooldowns, because that's probably going to be where you're taking the most amount of damage on this fight. And of course, with the inevitable end, just walk out of the raid and make sure you don't stand next to the boss. If you really care about DPS, I don't do it here because I just really wanted to kill a boss tonight. You know, obviously you can charge his ad if it's somehow still alive, you can hit it. But what else you can do is you can stand right outside that range around the boss where you would die and just press whirlwind. Your whirlwinds will hit the boss and you won't die. It's kind of a little bit iffy to do it on mythic difficulty because the boss pulls you faster. Whereas like on heroic or normal, I definitely do it because the boss pull isn't that fast and you can very easily stay outside. So right there, I just stayed on the ad for a little bit because I know there was fire going on and they were stuck in that little corner and melee with the fires were just going crazy. So that's really it. Death's doors, right? All these orbs are coming out. Just make sure you dodge as much as you can. Scorching detonations. This is mainly for your tank to get away. As far as for what you need to do, just don't be next to your tank. So I got the fire there. Right. At least I didn't pass it in melee, but the range are kind of passing around like crazy now. It was unfortunate that I gave it that one range. So try to not do that, I guess. Another inevitable end happens. Really great fight for melee because now I get to just sit here and watch the boss and run away. There's nothing I can do. I can't really add DPS. I can occasionally heroic throw it if I wanted to. But as far as for like any other melee, I don't have like dots like they do. So it's kind of shitty on this fight, to be honest. So right here, I'm spreading. Unfortunately, it went on me. And then the guy passed it right back to me. So I got to wait a little bit. So right there, right. So you can stand between your toes. That way it doesn't go to you. I'm trying to get to the boss, but there's like all that poison stuff on the ground. And I really don't want to step on it. Luckily, he gets kind of pulled into a clear area. Just leap over there. And the boss is pretty much over at this point. All there is really for melee, just spread for Plague of Fire, and that's really it. Like, your job as melee DPS, there isn't really that much other than just DPSing the boss. But that concludes all of our boss kill videos, actually. There's one thing I do want to add. I was going to do it for the Jaina video, but I totally forgot. In celebration of our Jaina kill, I am going to be giving away this 2018 BlizzCon gift box. So I'll have a link to my Twitter where I tweeted out the post. All you have to do to win this gift box is just retweet the tweet, and anybody can enter. Doesn't matter where you live. But yeah, as always, thanks for checking out the video, guys. Feel free to subscribe to see more. See ya.